Good morning. It's Saturday, January 29th. And I'm very happy to tell you that Justice Stephen Breyer has decided to retire, and that's a good thing. He's a liberal justice, but he's getting old, and we're afraid that he would die on the job while there's a Republican president. So he's retiring for the good of the country. And along with this, I am unhappy with President Biden. I am unhappy because he stepped up and he said he was going to name a black liberal woman to be the next justice. Now, I don't have a problem with those three criteria. What I have a problem with is the naming of somebody in advance because of specific conditions that exist to that person. I would just like him to say, I am going to name the best candidate that I possibly can find. And I want him to be a liberal candidate or her to be a liberal candidate. And I really don't care what color that person is. She could be green or purple or yellow or orange. Yeah, what's wrong with hiring a yellow woman? Or a north brown woman or a tan woman? Why do we have to have a black woman? Why do we have to tell anybody that we're going to nominate a black person? That's not what this is about. We want the best person on that court, the best liberal person on that course. So that's what I have to say right now. I think it's inappropriate for us to, in advance, decide who this person should be. Are we eliminating all the great candidates that might be out there because of the color of their skin? Isn't that just as bad as denying somebody a job because of the color of their skin? I don't think this is the right way to go about it. I don't think anybody has to know the reasons why I'm hiring somebody. You are sending that person to the court tainted because everybody's going to say, yeah, she's not that great. She was black, so they put her on the court. That's stupid. That's an act of stupidity. And anybody that doesn't agree with me is not very bright. And I don't think it's the right thing to do. I never hired anybody because of the color of their skin or their accent or whether they were a citizen or not. They had to be a good worker. They had to know what they were doing. They had to be an expert in their field. In fact, there's nothing in the law that says that you have to be a citizen to be a Supreme Court justice. Now, if you're not a citizen, you have to go through a great big rigmarole to get there, but you don't even have to be a lawyer. You don't even have to be a lawyer to be on the Supreme Court. How about that? How about you come along and you say, I'm going to hire this guy because he's a great guy and I like him. And he'll talk, and he's 6'2", and he weighs 250 pounds, and he was a great linebacker. But he hasn't been a lawyer. He hasn't got anything about law school. And if they nominate him, he could get on the court. I am not happy with the way this court is shaped up right now. I'm not so sure that those people are bipartisan and open-minded. I think there's a bunch of closed-minded people on the court. So, I want the best person on the court. I want a person who can stand up for what the law says to be and not bend the law because he's conservative or she's conservative or she's liberal. We got to have the best people in the world on that court. That's what our forefathers wanted, the best people in the world on the court. Now, maybe it didn't start out that way, but over the first couple of years in the court, the justices made sure that they were going to do the right thing for this country. And now, 250 years later, I'm not so sure that the people who come to that court are prepared to do the right thing for this country. So in any event, that's the way I feel about it. That's what I think. Now maybe I'm dead wrong. And maybe it's perfectly all right. Maybe many of you out there think it's perfectly all right to say I'm going to put a black woman on the court, or a green woman, or a green man. But I don't think so. I think that's stupidity. I don't think I want to lock myself into that situation. What happens if there are 5 people who are a different color than black, or better than any of the black women that have been selected and put forth? Now that might be impossible, but it could happen. So let's say I'm going for the best person for the job. That's what all our appointments should be, the best person for the job. You know what I don't understand is how Clarence Thomas has not been asked to recuse himself many times, since his wife, Ginny, is a known right-wing fanatic, far right-wing, belongs to many committees that have influence over the courts, and they bring many cases before the courts, and they are in the background behind a lot of these suits that are going forward. Why has he not been recused? Why are they so lax about him? So I'll leave you with that this morning, and have a great day. Bye.